Ritkore komina kianda mutinyo gatano mwaka w'ekiri 2025 oirire byo mwanjwa muri Getembe TV Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere senchera yo bwengenche buna butambe Catherine Nyaboga wisoni makori kura somo na boimanyerero na boiga bal na bas kro studio akabina ragongonya kwene kebuna chibichechi na mariogi boikera chira senchera yo wikara nukaranso eke tokomanye gati ya abereka gwateka koruchi county chance emerongene na Isano na Ibere chense ya Kenya. Monogeri wa serikali omuske Dr. Isaac Mwaura nigo agenderere kwegerera emirobiri ya serikali anena mono obwagati bw'ekinyomba kya magori anse ase engwana yaye yakere wiki Mwaura nigo amotiria abarai bari bagendete kogosereria emirobiri ya serikali
is 4 trillion shillings. I mean, then how do you make it that as an individual can have that kind of money? It's totally unacceptable. I think some of these things are outlandish and they had to be called out, because they are meant to incite Kenyans against the government and its programs, because people are now seeing that the government, having taken painful decisions initially, now they are starting to yield. These programs are starting to work. If you look at, for example, tomorrow, we shall have the affordable housing, the first time that we'll have keys that will be handed over by none other than His Excellency the President at Mukuru. It's now no longer Mukuru slums, it's Mukuru estate, you know? And you can see the people of Riara village are very happy. 13,248 units are up, and 1,080 people will receive their keys already. Over 970 of those units have been verified and the ownership. So, and they are great Kenyans there who are celebrating. So Kenyans are invited at 8 a.m. people to be seated so that the president can actually hand out the keys, as we promised, to construct over 200,000 houses every year in 5 years, so that we are able to shelter over 5 million Kenyans. And it's very, very cheap, because we are talking about a unit going to as low as 3,900 shillings for social housing. 3,900 shillings per month. It's unbelievable. The other affordable housing unit is going for 7,250. You know, it's called affordable housing, and the other one, affordable middle class, 21,160. So you can see people who are earning on 20.
Muwaziri w'abakarari wa serikali Muske Geoffrey Ruko nigo amochiri chinkwana chomorai wiki ya makeregi democracy for the citizens DCP ekyabwato kabuna nigo chiburaburu kirache kwenekiwa asobo chori buri mutu wo mwaka 2027 asebono Ruko aboriri abakenya wetanga na mangana yo Muske Rigathigachagua egekogera na yarigetikwira nya ensi ya Kenya magega.
There is no leader who is above the law. And every leader, if you have your political problem, don't turn your personal political problem to be a national crisis. You are an individual, and we will deal with you and deal with you decisively. Because the safety of this country is not something we are going to play around with. Unajua, mara nyingi, kwa nini impunity inaendelea kwa nchi? Ni kwa sababu we overlook the things some people do. Kuna watu siku ngine juzi, wakati tunataka kupanga mambo ya kulete order in the country, wanaenda shamba ya former president wanaipa mbuzi na kondoo. Wakati last year young people wana protest kwa mambo ya finance bill because they have a right to do so, wanaenda pale, wanaenda kulete goons, wanataka kuchoma bunge na kusema ati Ruto must go. Sasa wameona hiyo haikufanya kazi, ndio sasa wamerudi, saa hizi wameanza kusema kutakuwa na vita 2027, because he was not punished for stealing mbuzi, he was not punished for wanting to ban parliament, now he wants to ban the entire country in 2027. I want to say this, we will be very decisive in dealing with all these inciters and planners of violence. We will not give them a chance. I want to say this, we will be very decisive in dealing with all these inciters and planners of violence. We will not give them a chance. And I want to tell all these politicians, we will track you everywhere you go, see what you are doing, come for the meetings you are holding. We will not allow you to have a free space to operate on matters of violence. Muko kwa rada ya serikali usiku na mchana. You better just know that. And I want to warn people's children, including recently elected leaders who are following merchants of violence and chaos and who are planning violence for our country, that you better run away. Because when we come for the planners, we will also come for you for supporting violence. You better choose peace, because this country must live in peace. Wacha niseme hivi, hatutakubali tuseme kwamba sisi ndio tutakuwa kwa ofisi kwa wakati huu, ati na mtu tumpatie nafasi au kuunganishe wa Kenya na alete vita ati kwa sababu yeye amepoteza kiti. We will not allow that. That is not going to happen.
Mwancho muriato sabo kobe okwabira oino muwaziri w'oburendi bw'ime omoske Onesmus Kipchumba murkomen oyo orurege kuro egetini gochiase abanasiasa anene mono bali bakonyara gotumeka abasaye bw'enchira yamo yogocha kwa igereria chibura buru ase obochori buru muto aya nigo agocha magega yomona ibweki makerigia DCP omoskeri gatigashagwa kubwatuka chinkwana echo chirigetie ose chiarira kane buna nigo chirache gosegeta chibura buru ase obochori buru muto bo mwaka 2027 na togotigana nayo nigo muraibweki makere kya waipo moske Steven Kalonzo Musyoka aruroko ase amochirie ekiombe kirikyo gotuka obosaregia EACC ase atebiri nigo ekiombe kikyabere kegotume kwa bobe na bana siasa gose nigo giesonani na base asiasa ukona koro ase kanisa yaria EACK Cathedral ime ya Machakos Kalonzo nigo abere ka oteba nigo arachie gotinara bene no mugabana o Trans Nzoia omoske George Natembeya oyo okorigi kwa bokongo ne kiombe kyo kya EACC.
And all church ministers from threats and from intimidations of all kinds. You've been called to a ministry who will be threatened because of your faith, because of calling out corruption, like a bishop was a big even yesterday. Calling out, stand out, of course preaching the word, out of season. And I, for example, believe the professions, the architects, the lawyers should have the right of establishment so that a Kenyan advocate can open offices in Dar es Salaam. But Mother Karua has been mistreated today. We stand in solidarity with her. Of course, we wish the people, the great people of the United Republic of Tanzania well, even as they prepare for elections, which are later in the year. But we want to say, let us give space for integration. We are going to move very, very soon. God willing, we'll be here on the 20th, on the 30th, I think we'll pray. On the 30th, we'll come with all the political leaders to speak our mind and to shikane mkono na men and women of faith.
Mwanchio omorigerere twiriranirire bono ase orobotirwa yo sastingwana chiayo omwaziri w'obukare bwa serikali omoske Geoffrey Ruku oyunachika kogotebya bwatangani obeire gakomoche chingwana chiayo omuraibwekia makerigia DCP omoske rigatigashagwa echo abere gakobwatoka buna chibura buru nigo chirachie kwenekiwa ase obochori bore moto bo mwaka 2027 ase bono Ruku abori abakenya gwetanga ne chingwana gose gwetanga korwa gotegerera no moske rigatigashagwa egekogera nigo amanganaye arengeto chingwana chiayo agocho bwatoka nigo chirengete koirania ense magega anene mono ase chisegi chiri cyo mwaka 2007 echiabete chikoirania ense ya Kenya magega.
And the only who purports that in 2027 will be bloodshed, there will be crashes. That leader is not worthy to stand in front of anybody to utter such kind of words. Because peace for a nation is extremely important. Wale ambao wameathirika na vita ndio wanajua vita ni mbaya. Zile nchi ambazo zimeathirika na vita, if you go to those countries, you see the state of war, the state of crisis up to today. Go to, I don't want to mention those countries, lakini ukienda hapa South Sudan, uende Somalia, uende Rwanda, uende Burundi na nchi zile zingine katika Afrika, ambazo zimepigana, hata kama zimepigana 10-20 years ago, hizo nchi zinakaa vibaya. Kwa hivyo kiongozi ambaye anasimama anasema ati 2027 sijui ukienda namna gani utakuwa na vipi, huyo ni kiongozi anapaswa tumuombee, aguswe na Roho Mtakatifu, fikra zake zikuwe sawasawa, aache kuchochea wananchi, aache kuwa na chuki katika roho yake, aache kuona nchi yetu ya Kenya akinaweza kuwa nchi sawasawa wakati kuna vita. Na jamani, sisi watu ya eneo hili, sisi ni watu moja. Tusije tukaunga mkono kiongozi yoyote ambaye anakwambia kuwe na furugu, kuwe na vita.
Yabagavana ekorawa n'umunyakirogobo erikimutayo yuboigo oromo gavana we county ya Kericho nigo yatebere nigo yaikiri okwigwana anemone kigancha oseno mwaziri we kigancha ge serikali na nigo chibarache kogenda kobwatoka chibasari echo kirache konyara okonya abana bari bakro anse chifamilia chiri chitari kwenyara gose chifamilia cyo konyara wanse
Chibanda kondo titinye ndok 16 wande unsha.
As the chairman of education, I want to appreciate. We will be signing an agreement with the Ministry of Education, that is an agreement that will allow all the 47 counties to be able to give out bursaries. We know that we have been having many problems, and even through these economic times, we had problems with COB. But I'm happy as the chairman of education that I was able to broker an agreement between the council and the Ministry of Education. And I thank CS Mikosi for his proper leadership and the president. And tomorrow we'll be signing an agreement which will see counties resume their role of supporting vulnerable homes through bursary at our Council of Governors offices.
Even from here, we've been requested to make sure that our children remain in school. So issues of capitation, pesa iende kwa mashule, because at the moment, schools cannot run without fees, and children who are sent home may not manage. Yes, we have the CDF, we have the GAF, but even with that, we've done the public participation, and I believe it will actually be in the constitution when the amendment is done. But for now, I am requesting National Treasury through the ministry to release funding to schools so that the schools
Karo moskendi ndinyoro nigo amochire serikali anemono asoko genda ukabesa chibesa korwa Chinsa chesko gokwana koro weithaga egotoka ikaunti ya Murang'a nyoro niga atebire serikali nigo egenda togutumika chibesa mamincha nerichiko.
The primary issue that I have a concern with is the cleverness around borrowing. Now we have a term that is floating around called securitization. That is a making of a big scandal in Kenya. Because we are borrowing money at the fuel levy, the money that would have been collected for the next 7 years, we have already borrowed from the banks. That has not even come to the National Assembly for any deliberation. Na hiyo pesa imekopwa, hiyo pesa imelipwa, haijapitia bunge, na ni pesa ambayo wananchi watalipa for the next many years. Securitization, wale wote wanahusika nayo, ya maneno ya mabarabara, sasa inaenda katika sports fund. It is illegal, and we must not continue to overburden the Kenyans of tomorrow by wanting to be
Nara yokore Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchira yo wenge community kwira na yangore tra yo mona yanda mange nchenga tire Nyaboga Wilson makoro kwa somo na wo manyere kure studio akabena gongonya kwene ke ona chibichechi na marengo ikarachira senchira yo wekera ntwara borige borobia asemero bionse ya Getembe eko chikogo chira segeka gitari Getembe.
Eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi meyenseyiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi ejo boyiko chire chichi brand ao ejo chire chingi ya kerage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabondo mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentera nibwa amavuta yani oil na bwigo chiriya chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri guririke iriya gatigati wekariguri iriya bantabati bwigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo bwochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani bwochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bwokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero eri bwenyorere abamanyi nabwigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene eduka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere singwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Endelea kufurahi.